Just a couple of quick tips before we get started. If your Doughdish has a drain plug, make sure it is in place and secure before launching. Remember to check all rigging for wear or damage and fix any problems before rigging your Doughdish. It's much easier to deal with issues before you're at the water and ready to launch. The mast may be dropped through the mast partner at deck level, or the partner collar can be removed, mast placed into the step and walked forward until upright. If the partner is removed, be sure to reinstall the collar and tighten before moving on. Place the mast wedge in the step after the mast with the flat surface of the wedge forward. The next step is to attach the forestay. Pin the headstay into the toggle in the stem fitting on the bow. Adjust to remove slack in the stay, but only to a moderate tension. Pin the shrouds into the chain plates and adjust the turnbuckles to hold the mast plumb with only slight but equal tension on the shrouds. Once adjusted to your satisfaction, install cotter pins or rings into each turnbuckle and ensure all clevis pins have the proper cotter pins secured. Now take another moment to separate all halyards and ensure they're running fair and free of tangles. The next step is to attach the spars. To install the boom, place the outboard end on an old life jacket or cushion to protect the varnish work. Remove the nut and screw eye from the gooseneck assembly on the mast. Make sure the boom's oriented correctly and then attach the boom and tighten the screw eye and nut firmly. Support the boom aft with the boom crutch. Rig the main sheet and tie it off tight to secure the boom. The main sheet has a snap shackle spliced to one end. Clip the shackle to the eye strap at the aft end of the boom. Then run the sheet down to the block on the traveler, up to the block on the boom, down to the standing block on the transom, and then finally forward to the cleat or swivel cam on the aft deck. Finish off by organizing the extra line. Install the gaff on the mast by removing the bail on the jaws and sliding the jaws around the mast. Make sure to reattach the bail. Attach the throat halyard block to the metal tang forward on the gaff. Next, install the peak halyard on the gaff by passing the eye splice end over the aft end of the gaff. Then attach the saddle block to the wire bridle. Finish off all bitter ends with a stopper knot. Again, make sure lines are not crossed aloft. It helps in attaching the sails to tie a sail tie around both the boom and gaff, then snug up the halyards. This will keep them together and not swinging in the wind. Install the jib club by swinging the club outboard and upside down so that the gooseneck fitting at the forward end of the club just barely engages the hook on the stem fitting. The hook should always be facing forward and the locking nut tightened so the hook will not turn. The jib sheet has a snap hook spliced into one end. To attach the jib sheet, clip the snap to the deck eye strap to starboard, pass through the block on the jib club, down to the deck block to port, and aft to the cleat inside the port coaming. Finish off the bitter end with a stopper knot. Attaching sails. Attaching the sails are easy when taken in steps. Tie the main tack into the eye bolt holding the gooseneck assembly together. Pass the ends of the tack line through the hole in the eye bolt in opposite directions. Then through the tack ring in the sail in opposite directions and pull tight. Repeat until the majority of the line is used, and then pass the line over the wraps again in opposite directions and secure the line with a reef knot. Next, tie off the outhaul attached to the clew onto the boom in the same way. Install the lace line by passing it through grommets along the sail and around the spar in a spiral barbershop pole pattern. The lace line passes through the clew ring of the sail and then is secured by tying it back on itself. A rolling hitch is best. Now attach the sail to the mast hoops. Begin by passing one side of the tie lines over the hoop and one under the hoop. Pass the lines back through the grommet in the sail in the opposite directions. Then pass both ends over the top of the hoop. Finish off by bringing both ends on top of the wraps and securing with a reef knot. Repeat this for all 5 hoops. Pass the lines attached to the mainsail throat grommet on the sail through the holes in the gaff jaws, up through the forward holes, then down through the aft holes. Secure the lines by reef knot with the throat of the sail about an inch or so lower than the gaff jaws. Tie off the outhaul and pass the lace line with the same barber pole method as the boom. To have matching barbershop patterns with the boom and gaff lace lines, start their spirals on opposite sides. For the jib, pin the tack of the sail to the gooseneck on the club and tie off the outhaul just as you did on the main. The same with the lace lines. The jib has hanks along the luff instead of hoops to attach it to the forestay. Finally, raise your sails and slip off the mooring. It's time to go sailing.